Okay, welcome back. We're going to look at classwork number 7. This is the effects of advertising on TV advertising, part C. And what we're going to do is we're going to combine both of the previous versions that we looked at. So we're going to combine a commercial of 30 and 90-second length, and then the frequency is either 1, 3, or 5 times. So this is going to be an example of where we combine these levels in every possible combination. So we talked about that earlier, that the treatments were every possible combination of levels, and so now we're going to get a chance to see what that looks like. All right, so our subjects are still the 120 undergrad students, and our factors and levels. So we have a length factor, which is either 30 or 90 seconds. And then we have a frequency. That frequency is either once, 3 times, or 5 times. So we've listed our factors and our levels. Now we're going to find our treatments. Probably the easiest way to do this is to make a little tree. You might have done these, I don't know, maybe back in 4th grade. But I'm going to start with my length. So I have either 30 seconds or 90 seconds. And then with that either comes once, 3 times, or 5 times. And then also same thing for the 90. I have once, I have 3 times, or I have 5 times. So the way to read this is 30 seconds and 3 times. So this line here says it's a 30-second commercial, and we showed it 3 times. This one here is 30 seconds and 5 times. Okay, this branch here is a 90-second commercial, but it's only shown once. Okay, and so you can list all of these out. And what we get is there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's going to be 6 treatments total. Okay. You can actually find the number of treatments just by multiplying the factors together. So I know I have 2 factors for the first one, and I have 3 factors, or 3 levels for the second one. I'm sorry, I misspoke there. I have 2 levels for the first one and 3 levels for the second one. So if I multiply the number of levels together, 2 times 3, that will give us our number of treatments, which is 6. And then our response variable remains the same. That's our interest in our camera. Okay, and so now we have enough information to diagram this, and I'm going to show you how to diagram it 2 different ways. I've noticed that people kind of tend to gravitate towards one more than the other. There seems to be split pretty evenly. So I'll show you both ways, and you can kind of feel out which one was going to work best for you. So we have our subjects, our organize, our random assignment, groups, treatments, response, all that good stuff. So we'll start with our subjects. That's our 120 undergrads. And then there's no organizational component to this. So even though there was some work involved in figuring out the treatments, we're just going to take these 120 students, we're going to split them evenly into the groups, and we're going to apply the treatment to them. So there's no organizational component, that's fine. We know that we need 6 treatments, so we'll take 120 and divide it by 6, which gives us 20. So I have 20 students, and I'm going to write this down 6 times. Once for each group. And then we do know that these were randomly assigned. Okay, so we're going to put an RA in here for randomly assigned. Let me make sure that that actually says that on here. I don't know that it does actually. All right, so it doesn't say that, so I'm going to cross that out. If it's not noted, then I put a little asterisk down at the bottom, and I just put RA not stated. So if I don't see that in there, and I apologize, I thought I scanned that, I don't see it. So RA is not stated. So it's always good to either note that it was randomly assigned or say, look, it wasn't stated in the problem, so we should kind of double check that. All right, and now I'm going to assign people to their treatment groups. So this first one here was 30 and once. So I get 30 seconds 1 time. The next one was 30 seconds 3 times. So I'm going to list each of these. 30 seconds 5 times, 90 seconds once, 90 seconds 3 times, and 90 seconds 5 times. Okay, so there's all 6 of them, and then we'll combine all of them together and we're going to measure their interest in the camera. Okay, so that's one version of the diagram. Let me show you the other version that I've seen people do. So we're still going to use the same information, but I think what people have been trying to do is kind of combine this tree diagram into the outline, and there is a way to do that. We kind of did take a look at that, and we're going to start with the 120 undergrads. And I'm going to go with this first factor and levels here. So this first split is a 30-90. So I'm going to split these guys into 2 groups of 60 and 60. So 60 students and 60 students. And we know that we've already looked at this before, but random assign was not stated. And these 60 students are going to get the 30-second commercial, and these ones are going to get the 90-second commercial. And then each of these I'm going to split for this frequency. So I'm going to split each one of these 3 groups. So the 60 students is going to be 20 students, 20 students, and 20 students. And then I'll do the same thing with the bottom piece. Okay. And so we don't know if this was randomly assigned, so I need to put a second little caveat here. It says RA not stated. So for each time, if you're drawing the diagram this way, each time you do this, you either need to put RA in each time you resplit, or you need to put RA not stated if that's the case, okay? So these guys are going to get once, these ones are 3 times, these ones are 5 times, and same with the lower set, 1, 3, and 5. Okay, so we get 30 seconds once, 30 seconds 3 times, 30 seconds 5 times. So these are the same treatments that we came up with over here. It's just another way of getting there. So we finally gotten to the end of our treatments, and now we're just going to recombine everybody together here. And we're going to measure our interest in our camera. Right, so this is an alternative way of drawing this that some people have decided they like better. It's total to you which way you go. Just make sure that you kind of pay attention to all the little details that go with that.